Episode 206 of The Walking Dead Secrets. Um, I started off feeling like it was just another episode, and by the end of it there were some real fireworks flying. Um, Funny thing is, the whole time I'm like, man, wouldn't it be interesting if Andrea and Shane start fucking? Like he's like all mentoring her and shit, and they're going off by themselves. And then they get like into that sticky situation. First, I'm thinking like, man, maybe they'll fuck inside this house here. And then they get in that sticky situation, and then they're out on the road. They get a slicky situation. If you don't know what slicky is, it's a word I invented. Use it how you will, but they got slicky. And like she's like in the car, like all smiling after they just got out of the situation. I'm like, she's proud of the fact that she was able to handle herself in a jam. And she just reaches out and grabs his package. And Shane, he ain't gonna fuck around. He fucking stopped the car. He didn't even put it in park. Started fucking her, let it go fucking rolling. Let it idle down the road. That was pretty cool. I just had a feeling they were gonna fuck. I don't think Shane's too particular. I mean, he seemed like he was genuinely in love with Rick's wife. It is like bothering him. But I think now that he's gotten laid, I think he's gotten over it. Really cool scene between him and Dale when they get back. Dale's got some balls. You know, this episode was called Secrets, and it was Glenn being. Glenn is terrible at keeping secrets. Hey, everybody knows everything now. Glenn. Glenn told shit to Dale, and Dale went and confronted everybody. It was pretty cool. The old geezer's got some balls. He's not afraid to confront stuff. Uh, but yeah, I think my favorite Dale confronting scene here was with Shane. He's like, you know, you got that nice new car, tank full of gas. Maybe it's the perfect time for you to hit the road. The whole exchange between them was pretty intense, and you know, I know what kind of man you are. Dale says. He's like, oh yeah, you want to insinuate that I fucking kill my best friend? What do you think I'd do to someone I don't like, who's spreading accusations about me? That was just a cool scene. I don't know where I fall on this whole thing when it comes to Shane. I still feel like Shane's being the most logical out of all of them. He's just like, dude, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. And it's easy to say, oh, he's a bad guy and this and that. And what he does is like him killing Otis was wrong and this and that. I say he should have shot Otis in the fucking head. Then it would have been better. I mean, I say it's easy to criticize someone like, oh, they're evil, blah blah blah. But when you're in that situation, you gotta make tough choices, man. And you know, Shane doesn't hesitate to make those choices. Sometimes dumb choices. Sometimes sticking his dick in places maybe where he shouldn't. But I don't feel like Andrea's, you know, out of bounds or something for any reason. Fuck it. You do the same thing and you know it. And you'd fuck that little farm girl too. I know I would. I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. I'm gonna fuck on Maggie's farm. I'm gonna fuck Maggie on the farm. I think the whole thing with the walkers in the barn, kind of stupid. I find it kind of a stretch to believe that people would actually do that and think that way. But pretty disturbing scene when the one lady that lives on the farm is breaking the chicken's legs and brings a sack full of chickens for the walkers. It looks like the finale will have a lot to do with Herschel's farm, in particular his barn. But I mean it's fucked up. Herschel's fucked up. They ain't gonna be staying there, obviously. So they're starting to like where they were there, but Herschel's too fucked up. Something crazy's gonna happen. I think somehow maybe the place will burn down. They'll like light the fucking place on fire. Fire goes crazy, and they have to leave the farm. The fate of Sophia. I feel like that could be like their one little glimmer of hope in the finale. Like, oh, we found her. But I feel like it needs to be resolved in the finale or mid-season finale, next episode. It needs to either be she's dead or she's alive. one or the other, and it has to happen next episode. I still think there's a chance that she's out there alive, but the longer they stretch it out, the less likely it seems. But then that maybe makes it better when they find her. I don't know. What else about this episode? Oh, the other big thing was Lori and her pregnancy, and she's deciding whether she wants to keep the kid or not. I don't know if that's how after morning after pills work. I'm pretty sure once you're pregnant, you gotta go get the abortion. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the subject, but it seems to me like the morning after pills would not do the trick. And I said before, I think she's kind of a bitch and stuff, but you can kind of see like she brings up good points. We have this kid. Every time it cries, it's gonna put all our lives in danger. This and this and that. And she has, I'm gonna have a fucking baby in a ditch somewhere. Like, could possibly kill her having the baby. She makes good points. But Rick just seemed pissed that like she had like confided in Glenn, not come to him, which is understandable. And I actually really liked Rick's reaction when she finally, halfway through the second season, he figures out or he knows that Shane fucked her. But I liked his reaction. It's a sensible reaction, but it's also, there's got to be part of them that's hurt and part of them that's enraged. I would think, right? You find out someone is fucking the chick you love, it's your best friend. But he's just like, of course. He's like, it makes sense. Of course you did. You thought I was dead. You guys thought I was dead. He was really cool about it, which proves once again Rick is a good guy. But I expect some shit going down between him and Shane a little bit over it. But he was cool to his wife about it. I mean, overall, I'm like kind of bouncing around here, but this episode left a lot to talk about. It was exciting, some real fireworks going on. I thought like there's lots of fun stuff that happened at the end. The showdown between Shane and Dale, Shane fucking Andrea. There's some good zombie shit in it too. Like when they got into that tight spot in the little cul-de-sac, shooting people up. Her gun jams. She unjams it, fixes it. Boom. He's like, I got you. He's letting the zombie get closer and closer. That's some fucking advanced training right there. And then they had some more advanced training in the car. And then just the the stuff with Lori and Rick near the end, that was really good. Some good stuff in there. Really a good episode. It seemed kind of like we're on repeat at the beginning. They're going out to get more supplies. They're doing gun training, this and that. It seemed like the show was kind of stalled, but it really got going. I think the mid-season finale will be pretty. I think it will be pretty good and exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if it's a longer episode or not, but I enjoyed the Secrets. I thought it was a good episode. I go back and forth on the show a little bit, but that was, if every episode was as good as this one and had as many intense moments between the characters, was what you need. It I would like the show more. It needs to be a little tighter, a little more tightly wound. I need my shows a little more like The Shield and Breaking Bad, but there are good moments in this one like that, like little showdowns between the characters and threats and shit going on. So overall, I liked it. I'd like to hear what you guys all think, but what you think might happen in the finale. Once again, stay away from comic book spoilers. Anyways, yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. I don't know what you all thought, but I liked it a lot. So, anyways, that's it. I'm gonna end this right here, and finally, after 5 years, I'm gonna play a Wii game or a Zelda game for the Wii, a real Zelda game for the Wii. All right, later.